Good afternoon. Welcome to our final webinar on how to use the marketing kit and attract buyers and media to your booth. With that said, we're always available to help you pass this webinar, so we'll get into contact information here in a bit. I'm joined today by Debbie Teschke, who's our Senior Manager of Public Relations and Communications, and Radha Kulkarni, who is a jack of all trades for trade show sales. And we are all going to give you a bit of a presentation on things that you want to prepare for this Housewares show coming quickly. If you have any questions at any time during the webinar, you can just use your chat function and we will address them as they come in. Okay, so here's what the show can help you do. It can help you find new customers, international markets, a big part of our show, develop key top-to-top relationships. Our show is known to have the DMMs and the GMMs, the decision makers, in addition to the large buying teams they bring. And then media exposure is also a really big component of the show. So if you haven't set your goals for the show already, you want to just really get a plan together, a pre-show plan, an on-site plan, and a post-show follow-up plan. And you want to be specific with those goals so you can get everything you want done while you're on site, because you get one shot at it for 4 days every year. And we're going to go through all the resources that are still available. Some deadlines have passed, but there's still plenty of free opportunities and a few paid ones to take advantage of for your show planning. So we're going to talk about attracting buyers. We're going to talk about our very most important tool right now is Housewares Connect 365. This is what buyers use to plan for the show. And then Debbie's going to take us through a whole presentation on public relations and how to reach the media and how to get your products exposed. So what you're looking at now is the front cover of the printed exhibitor marketing kit. Everybody on this call should have received it at some point. Even if you're new, those would go out weekly. And this outlines all of the marketing opportunities for you that are available to pre-plan the show and post-show, actually. So we'll go through all that. So in order to get there, you go to our website, which is www.housewares.org. And the top navigation, you go to Show, then Exhibit at the Show, and it's going to take you to a bunch of these tiles, and you're going to go to the tile that's highlighted up there. And then under this Key Exhibitor Services tile is the Exhibitor Marketing Kit. And I like to just kind of highlight what's all on this tile. The Exhibitor Services Manual, this is an old slide. It's been up for quite some time. Freeman deadlines are around the corner. If you have not done your ordering, this is your best bet to budget appropriately and save money, because once the deadline passes, which I think is February 9th, don't quote me on that, you'll need to look at that, but the prices will go up like 38%. So it's really important you get your orders in with Freeman ASAP. And then when you're on the website, it takes you to all these tiles, and all these tiles take you into additional opportunities, and it's pretty user-friendly. Today we're going to talk a lot about attracting buyers and attracting media, and then some of the opportunities in awards and displays, consumers. You should spend a little time on here checking it all out. So most of them are free. I think I mentioned the opportunities in the marketing kit. And again, it will help you with all your planning. So one of the big things we offer is the 2017 Registered Buyers List. And this is only available to current exhibiting participants for the 2018 show. And these are in Excel format. You can get the domestic list, you can get the international list, and you can get a media list. They're all Excel, so they can be sorted by the retail channel you're reaching out to, maybe the product category of the buyers, and you can download the list. Right there's the URL, but it's in the marketing kit as well. You can get to it through that Attract Buyers tile. And there are no email addresses on this list, and we get this question very often: why aren't there email addresses? Our buyers have asked us not to include that information. We have retail advisory committees. It comes up. What we have done for 2018 is there's an opt-in. So if a buyer would like to share their email information with the supplying audience, then they will mark that, and that will be available on the 2018 list. However, all the other information is there: phone, mail, fax. Often faxes now go right to an inbox and on a computer. I always think calling is a good strategy. And if you're a sleuth, you can usually figure out what the email address is based on other contacts. So this is the screen where you're going to put in your ID number and your seniority number to get access to these lists. And if you look at this red box below and on the side, we were just having a conversation about this prior to the show, because we're getting a lot of spam for people who want to sell us lists. Now, we don't sell many things. So if you're getting a list to buy buyers' names, don't do it. These are poachers. They're really in full form right now. They're spam. Just go ahead and delete those. And if you have any questions about if it's legitimacy, you can always email any of us or your sales manager. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Radha, who's going to take you through Housewares Connect 365, which we often will just call HC 365. And she's going to take you through this tool that for you to populate your company directory. It's your online company directory. And she's also going to take you through how the buyers, what they see and how they use it.
Hi, everybody. So as Nancy said, this is our online directory, and it's available to you to update year-round. What I'm going to show you is the inward-facing portal where you update your company listing, and you'll also be able to see the outward-facing portal that buyers, media, and consumers look at. This listing is for free. So more than 300,000 searches were conducted by consumers, buyers, and media. And as you're updating your listing, you'll notice lots of different fields that you can populate. Examples are with catalogs and product images, and listings with product and catalogs and product images are viewed 75% more frequently. So we want you to know that you should keep refreshing your Housewares Connect page. Make it engaging for buyers, consumers, and media. Everything that you update on your company listing is translated live onto our app. The app is available now for Android and iPhone. And again, it's free to download, and buyers and media use this app to navigate themselves on the show floor, and we'll discuss that a little more in detail as well. So this tool can help you increase your searchability. Again, you want to make it engaging for everybody who's viewing this by uploading any information that you can about your company. There is a webinar specifically on Housewares Connect 365. After this webinar, I'll email you the link to this current webinar as well as the Housewares Connect webinar, but feel free to contact me with any questions. So how to update your company's listing. You will go to our webpage, housewares.org. You'll hover over Show, Exhibit at the Show. You'll scroll down the page a little bit to this blue box and click on Update Your Company Listing. You'll be taken to this main page. You will need your company ID and seniority numbers to log on. We get a lot of questions from PR agencies or rep agencies who would like to update their clients' listing on their behalf. We do not give your ID and seniority numbers to outside parties or third parties. If your PR agency contacts us, we're going to forward it to you, or we ask that you share it with them. It's just sensitive information about your company, and we'd like to ensure that it's not out there floating for anybody to get their hands on. But please, again, feel free to contact me if you do need your ID and seniority number. So you've logged on, you've entered your ID and seniority number, and as you update your listing, you're going to see this navigation field on the left-hand side. Here it is blown up. So all of these fields are something that you can complete for your directory listing. They're all hyperlinked. You can update it at any time. So if you don't perhaps have product images to upload at the moment, you can log back in and upload them at any time. When you have completed that upload or that page, that hyperlink will have a green check mark next to it. Just some housekeeping items about images and catalog files. The smaller file size, the better, so it loads faster. Catalogs have to be in PDF format. Files should be in JPEG or GIF format, and all file names should be very simple, so no numbers, special characters, things like that.
I'm just going to interject in here really quick. Radha keeps talking about the consumer presence on HC 365, and that's because the SEO search is so good. So if somebody's looking for, you know, blenders or whatnot, it pops up. Often we're at the top of a search. So there is a lot of consumer traffic on this site. So I always say, be careful when you're posting your catalogs, because you do not want to put your wholesale pricing up there. Just keep in mind whatever you're putting on there, your competitors are looking at and the consumer could be looking at. So just keep that in mind.
Just another warning, this is a free directory listing. Again, with the poachers, you may be contacted to pay to be included in some sort of directory listing or brochure or an international fair guide. IHA's directory is free of charge. As Nancy said, if you are questioning the legitimacy of anything, please feel free to contact any of us and we will confirm your suspicion. But again, the Housewares 365 listing is for free. So now you've updated your company directory listing on your portal, and we'll take a look at what buyers, media, and consumers see. So if you go to Housewares Connect 365, the main page, this is what you'll get. So I've searched Casa Bell, and it pulls up Casa Bella Holdings. And you can see the companies assigned, what booth number they are, what expo hall they're exhibiting in, that they have photos, videos, they're offering show specials, and buyers and media who are interested in visiting this company on site or keeping tabs on them can add them to their briefcase by clicking this orange plus sign. So this is what Casa Bella's Housewares Connect landing page looks like, just the top half. So if I'm Casa Bella Holdings and I notice that I need to update something, I can click on the top hyperlink there, and it will take me back to the login page where I can update any information again. This is a general screenshot of what an entire Housewares Connect listing would look like. Here's your company logo, your company name, your booth number and expo hall, your company address, on-site contacts, their phones, fax numbers, a company description, company videos and product images, additional videos and product images, their company product listing, catalogs, and brands and licenses. So buyers and media use this tool to plan for their show, and media specifically uses it to find, innovative products to support their editorial content. So when buyers and media can, when they do go to Housewares Connect, they can search anything by this keyword search. There's also a variety of other ways you can search. They're all pretty self-explanatory. You can also get our cooking theater schedule off of here. You can also view buildings by floor plan. Those floor plans are live, and you can also get printable exhibitor lists as well. So,
Radha, we have a question. Can we add multiple logos? They were not able to upload more than one.
That's correct. Only one logo.
Okay, thank you.
So let's say I am a buyer and I've added a few people to my briefcase. This is what my my Housewares Connect briefcase would look like. It's sorted by building and by exhibitors. I'll also receive a map where I can map my show, and buyers and media use this to navigate through the show to visit who they've added to their briefcase. Again, everything that you put in your Housewares Connect is translated live onto the app, which they use on site.
So, like Radha said, there's another webinar that really goes into detail, shows you what parts are keyword searchable when you're adding your company description, etc. So if you're new to the show and you want a little more in-depth education on 365, there's a recorded webinar you can listen to. So we're going to go through some more how to attract buyers during the show. We don't offer a lot of sponsorships. We are a not-for-profit, if you're not aware of that. And we really want the show to be focused on the suppliers and the product. So we don't do a lot of splattering of brands and whatnot all over the place. However, if you are looking to do sponsorships, there are a few opportunities. There are buyers clubs located in each hall. Those are only open to media and buyers because there's also new product showcases in those clubs. But you can do a sponsorship in those clubs if you want to get your brand out there. The buyer lunch areas are also another draw for sponsorship. Often, like Vitamix always takes Lakeside Center lobby, and they always do a demo in there during lunchtime. If you're not aware, we give all of our buyers free lunch, so the buyers' cafes are pretty crowded during showtime. Then the International Business Center, if you're looking to attract a more international audience, you can also do some advertising sponsorship in the actual business center, which is open for people to have meetings and use computers and charge. A lot of international people take advantage of that. And then there's a video that we play on the bus, the transportation from the hotel to McCormick Place and back again. It's a loop, but those are also available for advertising. Then, okay, so we've got a new product showcase program, and those are located in the buyers clubs in each hall, and those are categorized. So let's say you're an exhibitor in the electrics hall, but you are launching a cook and bakeware line, and you want to show it. Your product would actually be placed in the south hall where cook and bakeware is located. No one's allowed in there. You have to be a buyer media. So we actually do all the merchandising, and when we merchandise, you get a plaque with a code on it. And so when a buyer or media walks into the buyers club, they can scan the products they want to see. When they leave, they're given a printout of everything they scanned with your company name and booth number. Now, at the end of the show, you as a buyer will get an email with for your post-show follow-up as a buyer. You'll get everybody you visited and their company name and contact information. As an exhibitor, you will get the same, including the buyer's email. So this is one way you can actually get buyers' email addresses. We consider it as a business card exchange of somewhat. So the other thing that happens with this new product showcase, it's another way to attract the media. We had tremendous pick up last year on television and print, always, and that's when we talk about print, trade magazines, yes, but it's really consumer that gets a lot of play from our show. And there is a fee for this. It's a $300 entry fee per product. They are still taking showcase entries. The only thing that has changed now is these new products are no longer available for the GIA award. So that cutoff was last week, and the judging is already taken place. But you can still get the exposure.
Nancy, we have a question.
Okay.
They're asking, so they cannot go into the showcase then in the buyer?
No. No, you go through a submission, and during that process, they tell you how to get the product. I think it's sent actually to our offices here, and then we bring it over to the McCormick place. But the woman who runs that, Connie, can take you through any questions you have specific to the showcases. But no, this is an intellectual property issue. We keep it closed for that reason and that reason specifically.
One more question, Nancy. When is the deadline to enter the new product showcase again?
You know, I don't have it in front of me, but they're still taking entries, and probably it'll take, until they're sold out, they'll probably continue to take entries. So I'd figure you've got another 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks. And
when is the deadline for the GIA Awards?
The GIA Awards have passed. The deadline is passed. It was last Friday.
Okay.
So GIA is no longer a consideration, but the new product showcase, most of the value of that is so the buyers and media can see your product and scan it and come visit your booth for their on-site show and their post-show.
Okay, we have a few more hot topics. We got accepted into the showcase. However, I don't think we have been approached about sending our product for it. When will this occur?
That information will come from Connie Santos in a couple of weeks. She will be communicating with everyone that entered the showcase and send you a label and instructions for shipping your product to the showcase.
All right, we have one more. Do we get real-time, do we get real-time information of interested media and buyers who have scanned so we can follow up with them, or is it only after the show?
It's after. There's no real-time technology attached to it, unfortunately. But that's a good suggestion, and I will make a note of that for next year.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Okay, so this may seem kind of rote, but we do find that a lot of people come to the show and they're not prepared to write orders. We have a little bit of a reputation out there that we're not an order writing show because we're so top to top. However, that is not true. There is definitely order writing that's going on at the show, hence the show specials, etc. And we just want to make sure you're prepared with your writing systems. And if you're not, you can download just a generic form so you've got something to record a SKU number and a price and company information for any ordering that will occur. You can download that right from the Marketing Kit website.
Nancy, we have a few more questions.
Okay.
If we have more than one color of an item that we would like to show in the showcase, does each color count as an item?
Yes. It does.
Okay. So they would have to pay the entry fee per color, correct?
I'm pretty sure, you know, Connie's really the one who runs that program, so if you just go ahead and shoot me an email, or you can just shoot her one directly too, you can get her information off the website. But if it's easier, just send me a note about it and I'll forward it to her and she'll get right back to you on that. They may have, if it's a collection, they may allow a couple of products, but I'm sorry that I don't have the intricacies of the program because she's been running it for years and years and years. But we can get you any answer you need to know. So shoot me an email after this webinar, and I will get that in her hands.
How many items are in the showcase, right? Do you know?
Over 500 between the three. There's 3 buyers clubs, and they all have new product showcases in them.
Okay. I think this is for you, Deb. I was approached by JMR Media regarding marketing opportunities to be part of an innovator TV backstage at the International Home and Housewares Show. Is this group, do you recommend this group? And are they partnered with IHA?
You said JMR Media. I've never heard of them. We are working with Newsmark Inc. for the traveling media tour, which I will mention in a few minutes when I talk about media opportunities. But I am not familiar with that company. They have not approached us, so I don't know what they're doing. I cannot vouch for their authenticity or where they're going, where they're having placements. If you want to send me the email that you received, I'd be happy to take a look at it, but as right now, I've never heard of the company.
Okay, Nance, back to the new product showcase.
Okay.
Will their product be in each of those 3 showcases or only one?
As I mentioned before, it's categorized, so it's only in one. It's in the hall where the majority of the category lives. So go back to my electrics cook and bakeware example. If I'm mainly an appliance company, but I've launched a cook and bakeware line, my cook and bakeware line product is going to go in the South Hall where the cook and bake category lives.
Okay, ladies.
The deadline for entries in the showcase is February 15th.
There you go.
You can enter the showcase. The GIA deadline has passed, but you can still enter your product in the new product showcase.
Also, when you go online in those tiles we showed you at the beginning, there's a deadline tile, and it'll show you what all the deadlines are. Okay, show specials. So Radha had mentioned this during her HC 365, and I just want to clarify, there's a little star there. We don't ask you to put on HC 365 what your show special is, because, again, that can be very proprietary for some companies. All it does is indicate that you have a show special to help drive traffic so people can come inquire about what the show special is. Okay, so this is a big one. Lead retrieval. The second way for you to get emails, we provide 800 complimentary units. So they're free to you. You just need to go online and register for them. You can choose a tablet or a scanner. The scanner is basically app-based for your mobile phone, and you get 2 licenses on that. It blows my mind that not everybody takes advantage of this. Like, it's free. I keep mentioning your post-show follow-up. If you're on the trade show circuit at all, you know that post-show follow-up is the hardest thing to get done because you get back to your office and all of a sudden you're just inundated with your everyday work life. The show, the investment you're making in the show, the contacts you're going to make at the show, it's so important to make sure that you get that post-show follow-up done to keep your company and your brand in the buyer space. So this is a great way to do that. You just scan their badge, it's all barcoded, and that goes into a application-based spreadsheet, so you've got their stuff. That actually is real time. If you do the tablet instead, you start a spreadsheet on your tablet. So there's 2 versions. I find most people prefer the scanner with the smartphone application, but again, these are limited supplies. We offer 800 total. Get on there after this webinar and go register for yours. There's no reason not to have it. I will tell you, if you are going to do the tablet, they will ask you for a credit card, and that simply is placeholder for the asset, for the actual tablet. Last year, 34,000 booth visits were recorded. And again, the program at the end of the show, or a couple of weeks after the show, you'll get a printout, an email that shows you everybody you scanned with their email addresses, and the buyer will also get that same email with all the companies that they visited and your company information. So it's a great program, and it's free. And the deadline's February 16th. That's what they look like. The mobile's up there on the right, and then the scanner tablet, or excuse me, the tablet's on the left. And if you have any trouble ordering, it's a little confusing. Often people just download the PDF that's on the website and fax it to the registration company, is who this comes from. I think that's easiest, but if you need help navigating their ordering system, you can just contact your sales manager. Okay, signage, again, another free opportunity. I want to highlight new for the home. You can have as many of those as you want. You go online and you order them. They're free. They're small. You can put them near your new products, right? Everyone wants to know what the new products are at the show. Made in USA, another big category for our buyers and media. You do have to meet the federal guidelines to do this. We're on the honor system. You'll find that on the HC 365 under special marketing opportunities to go in and select the criteria that you agree to it. And then on Friday during setup, you'll be delivered 2 Made in USA signs. We only give 2. Please do not select this if you don't comply with the regulations. Our buyers get real ticked off when they go to specifically buy this or look for it, and they find out that it's, you know, assembled in the USA but made overseas, etc. Smart home. So we are really pushing a smart home category. We have a pavilion in our Lakeside lobby with smart home products and suppliers. But we know many of our main floor exhibitors have smart home products that they're developing or have developed. So you can go ahead, same thing, you opt into what our definition is, which is application-based or robotic in some way, and you select that, and you'll be delivered signs, again, on Friday, 2 of them, and also you will be put into our Smart Home magazine that gets distributed on site. And the signs that get delivered, again, come March 9th during setup.
Nancy, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
What are the sign dimensions?
They're very small. They're like 6 inches by 6 inches, and they have an easel backing so you can place them right next to your product.
Okay, and moving back. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Moving back again to the scanners, for international pavilions, how do we get the lead retrieval unit for each of the companies participating in the pavilions?
You need to go talk with Radha about that, and she can help get that orchestrated.
Hey, great.
Radha's thumbs up all the way over here. Just on the signage, February 10th is your deadline, so make sure you get that in. Okay, so again, execute your follow-up plan. I think you're probably sick of me saying that. The 2018 buyer list will go up in mid-April. You'll be able to download it with your seniority number and password, and you can, we suggest you use that in conjunction with your lead retrieval data, so you can get your year-long pitch list and target any companies you've missed. Now I'm going to turn it over to Debbie, and I'm going to tell you there's really great information in here, so hang in for another 20, 30 minutes, and she's going to take you through how to get the best media exposure out of the show.
Thanks, Nancy. The International Home and Housewares Show in 2017 generated over 375 million consumer impressions in the consumer media and the trade media. And that is not just the 4 days of the show, that goes through December. It's really a year-wide effort. And you might want to know, what is a consumer impression? What we do is take the Nielsen numbers from any broadcast or radio segments that we have, the circulation numbers for print, viewership numbers for website or blogs, as best we can find them, any type of audience number for the coverage that we get, and then we add it up, and that is a consumer impression, and that is, what we total up, from all the media coverage that we get. I do not include in there when exhibitors send out a press release on the newswire, and that usually is about 3 million impressions, because a newswire just automatically goes out onto news outlets, just pick it up for their online site. So I don't include that. But as you can tell, our show probably gets close to 500,000 consumer impressions from, other areas where we don't have numbers for. Some websites don't have audience numbers, or for some broadcast coverage, we don't get specific numbers, where they're small and maybe the audience is larger. But we want you to be part of this coverage, and I'm going to talk about some services over the next couple of minutes, and if you take advantage of those, it'll highly improve your chances of being part of this coverage and getting a letter from us in May saying, hey, your product was mentioned here. And I use a PR team. I have a show PR team that works with me to help get this coverage with the consumer media. You may be hearing from them that, they've requested a sample of your product for the news center. You'll be hearing from Lynn Wolf, my assistant, over the next couple of weeks if you've submitted product information to us and they would like to have your products to show the news media. So this is the page in the marketing kit. In the printed marketing kit, that has all of the media services available, and everything aligns on the website. And that the website is, these are the tiles under the Attract Media section. Click on Attract Media, and then it'll take you to a whole page where we have everything listed to help you. Now, I'm going to talk about our services like we did with the buyers before the show, during the show, and after the show. And these are the services that we're going to talk about before the show. And the first one is our 2017 buyer list, or I'm sorry, media list. It's on the same page as the buyer list, so you will need your login. You'll need your logins to download that list. And again, we are not giving that out to the PR agencies. So, if you're the exhibitor, please download it for them or give them the seniority number and company ID. The list is free, and we encourage you to use this list to create your pitching list for the year. Right now, the 2017 list is up there. We will put up the pre-registered list for 2018 in mid-February. So sometime late the week of February 15th, the list should be up there. We do include emails if the news media allowed us to provide them. We've asked them if we can provide it to the exhibitors. Some people, some media don't want their email listed, so we don't include it, but we do include their other contact information.
Deb, we have a question.
Sure.
You said you are selecting products for your newsroom. Are these being pulled from the new product information or the news media from another portal?
They're being pulled from the new product information for news media listings, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And my PR team does review those and look for products that they think would be of interest to the media. So that's going to be another reason why I'd like you to complete that service. And I'll talk about that in a minute. We do a traveling media tour. Earlier, somebody asked about a media company that contacted them about a backstage housewares, product thing at the show. I'm not aware of that. This traveling media tour done by Newsmark is the only media tour that is sanctioned or approved by IHA. We go in studio to markets across the country. Right now, we have spots lined up in Los Angeles, Seattle, Indianapolis, Denver, Orlando, Minneapolis, and a few more. They're still pitching the tour. It will take place about a week before the show, and we have 2 reporters, and they'll split up the markets, and they'll go in, and it'll be just like a TV segment talking about the products that are coming out of the show. We still have 1 spot left in the tour, so if you are interested, please contact Gigi. You will get category exclusivity. So right now we do have cookware, we do have coffee makers, and a couple of other categories. So contact Gigi, and she'll let you know if your product can be included or not. And we do this so that we don't have a traveling tour with 5 coffee makers. That may change for next year, but right now that's how it is with the category exclusivity this year. And as I say, it's a great way to get your product seen by consumers in markets across the country. And, they may not pick up our, show coverage that we get from the local TV stations or the national networks, but this is a great way for them to see your products. And once again, it is fee-based, but talk to Gigi, and she will work with you on if you're really interested. So now, next, I want to talk to you about stuff to do before the show, and this is the new product information for the news media. And if you say, Deb, I've looked through your marketing kit, you offer a lot of services, I'm a small company, I can't really do everything that you list here. This is the one service I would highly encourage you to take advantage of. It's free. It is absolutely free. You can list every single new product that you have. If you have 50 new products, you can do 50 listings. If you have 5 new products, you can do 5 listings. And as I mentioned, my PR team is reviewing these listings. I'm pulling them every week for the team to look through, and from that, they're going to request products that they think the news media would like. We have a product room in the news center where we put these on display for the media, and we take the media in there to see it. Nothing's out in the open because, as you know, things walk. So we take the media in to see all these products, and hopefully, you submit something and my team will like it and request it. The deadline for entering these is February 9th. Of course, you can do it after that, but the earlier you enter the products, the more exposure that you will have. Now, there's a couple of ways to enter it, and we've made it very easy in the marketing kit. You can either click on the tile in the marketing kit, new product information for news media, or if you're in the update your company listing section for Housewares Connect 365, just click on the link under additional marketing opportunities, and it takes you back to that page in the marketing kit. And then we've made it easy for the agencies to enter the information for you, because we do not ask for your company ID, for the seniority number or the company ID number. All you have to do is enter the product in the entry field. So we've got a page here to show you what the marketing kit looks like. This explains the benefits of why you should enter the products in there, and then all you have to do is put your exhibiting company name in that search box, click search, the company should come up. If it doesn't, email me, because it's based on what we have in our database, and some companies, they think they're being listed by their brand name, but they're not. There's a corporate name that they're listed by, so, try that if the name doesn't come up.
Deb, we have a question.
Sure.
Are we only allowed entrance into the media room through our online submission, or can we walk in our press kits and samples to the media room?
You can drop off your press kits and you can bring samples to us if you like during setup. You can certainly bring them. If you have a new product you think the media would like to see and you'd like to bring us a sample, you can either send it to me now, before the show, or bring it to the news center during move-in. We'll be there beginning Wednesday before the show, and we like to have everything, set up. Please don't come on Saturday and try and bring your products, because we'll be busy with getting the media registered and a lot of activity, so we'd like to have the products before that. But yes, you can drop it off to us at the news center or send it to me here at the office before the show. Just send me an email if you think you'd like to submit a product.
Okay, we have a few more. To confirm, the deadline to upload all of your new product listings and HC 365 is February 9th, correct?
Well, these listings go into Housewares Connect 365, and that's another thing. They're only viewable by the news media through their briefcase, but I think you can enter your normal product listings in Housewares Connect 365 anytime. And we give you a deadline because if I don't, most exhibitors might wait until March 8th, 2 days before the show, or even March 9th, the day before the show, to enter this information. And then, one, it doesn't help my team know what new products are out there. They are pitching the consumer media right now, and especially like the network programs, they want to know what's new. They're trying to determine if they want to cover the show, and we have to give them examples of the trends and new products that we see. So having this information now helps us. Having it the day before the show doesn't. But you can enter them anytime. Realistically, the earlier you do, the more chance of exposure to the news media.
Great, thank you.
Again, as I said, these listings do go in Housewares Connect 365, but you won't be able to see them. Only the news media through their, they have to sign into their briefcase in Housewares Connect, and then they have a special search in the keyword search box for new product information for news media, and then they can search by one of the 20 various categories that you can enter the product into. Now, the second most thing that I am asked at the show after what's new is who's going to be at the show. And the way to let the media and the buyers know about who's going to be in your booth, if you're going to have a celebrity chef, a celebrity, your designer, you're going to do a product demonstration, is through the special event product demonstration form. And the deadline for this, we say the day before the show, but again, the earlier you enter it, the better. It's a free listing, and it goes into your Housewares Connect 365 listing. It's for anybody in the keyword search in Housewares Connect. It says in-booth appearance. For the news media, they'll have a search that says special event product demonstration, but it's the exact same listing, and you can also do it through your Housewares Connect listing. In the list that Radha showed, where of the links, it says in-booth appearance. And this is a great way to let everybody know about who's going to be in your booth, because believe me, I get phone calls from exhibitors, I get calls from buyers. What celebrities are going to be at the show? So please enter this information for them.
Deb, we have one other question, a few more. Does Shark Tank participant count for a special event?
If you're doing the Shark Tank in your booth, or I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. I mean, this is for something that you're doing in your booth. If you're doing a demonstration, and if you were on Shark Tank and you're going to do the demonstration that you did on Shark Tank, then sure, you can list that.
Yeah, they've said if they have been on Shark Tank.
If they've been on Shark Tank, sure, you could list that as something special. I think that would be something you'd want to put in your company information in your Housewares Connect listing, because then that's searchable. If somebody comes to your listing and they read about your company, they'll see that in there.
A lot of our supplier base has done Shark Tank, and often just for their booth setup, they will have a running video loop of the episode they were on, just their blurb. So kind of just an FYI if that's something you want to feature and call out.
Deb, you had said that they could send their product to you now for the media. Where would they send this?
Send me an email, and we will give you the instructions and send you some information, because there's some information that we need along with it. So first, send me an email telling me, what products that you have that you'd like to submit, and then we'll respond to that.
Thank you.
Now I want to take a moment to talk about the trade publications. When we talk about show media coverage, everybody usually thinks about the consumer media coverage, but the trades are also there, and they are the way that you will get to the buyers. All of the buyers read the trade publications before the show because that's how they find out about the new products. So it's really important that you give some love to the trade pubs. And we have a few services to help you do that. First, we have a list of the editorial contacts on the website for all of the trades that cover housewares. So I encourage you to take that list and use that as part of your pitching list, along with, the show registration list. Second, we have new product news, and all of the trade publications want your new product news for their pre-show issues, their show issues. A few of them also do show dailies at the show, and so they need this information. In fact, today I saw an item from HFN. Their deadline for submitting your new product information is February 1st. They've put out a call for it. I'm sure Home World Business and Gourmet Retailer, Gourmet Business, Kitchenware News, all of those publications have put out a notice either on their website or in their daily emails asking for your new products information. And so please send that to them. It's a free editorial opportunity. There is no cost to you. It's not advertising. It's news. And on the website, we list the publications along with their contact information and how they want that information, whether a JPEG file, what size, a Word document with product descriptions, everything that they need, along with an email to send it to. The international trades are up there as well. I think most of those deadlines have probably passed. They wanted their information towards the end of 2017, but I highly encourage you to take advantage of the domestic trade publications request for your new product news. And lastly, if you do want to advertise in the publications, we have a list of the advertising deadlines up there, along with advertising contact, and this goes up through the show. So take a look at that, and then contact the salesperson if you're interested in advertising.
Deb, we have a question. If you could please clarify, could you please clarify the difference on how the media and general consumers, buyers, view the listings you upload onto HC365?
Okay, the buyers, anyone who goes to your Housewares Connect 365 listing will see the new product photos that you enter through your Housewares Connect exhibitor portal that Radha talked about. And as also mentioned, I would go back and watch the Housewares Connect 365 webinar if you didn't listen to that one, and that explains about how to upload that information into your listing. The new product information for news media listings you can only enter them through the page in the marketing kit, and only the news media can see them when they log into their briefcase. So if you're an exhibitor or you're a PR agency and you just go to Housewares Connect 365, you've entered some listings for the new product information, and you search your company and your listing comes up, when you look at your listing, you are not going to see the new product information for news media listings, okay? You will not see those there. No, if an editor, if somebody from the trade publications or media goes to 365 and they log into their briefcase and then they do the search for the new product listings, they will see them, okay? This is something that we've done in 365 so that only news media in their briefcase can see these listings. Nobody else can. But the general product shots and information that you enter into your Housewares Connect 365 through that Update Your Company listing portal, those are viewable by everybody.
Okay, great. One more question, moving back to the GIA Awards. When are the finalists notified about GIA? Are there signs available for this?
The GIA finalists, the judging is ongoing right now, and usually in about 2 weeks, I believe, the finalists will be notified, and you'll hear from Connie Shantos, and she will give you all the information about that. I don't know if they have signage for GIA. They do, I think they do, all the finalists do get an award, but that information will come from Connie in a couple of weeks, and then we will do a press release. We do announce the finalists before the show, so I'll be doing a press release that the trade publications will be running.
Great. One more question for you, Deb. Will you be able to explain the packages available for the virtual press office?
That's what I'm going to talk about right now.
They're jumping ahead of you. That's good. Okay,
yeah,
great.
Somebody's listened to this webinar before. We've partnered with Virtual Press Office to offer an online press room where you can post an online press kit. And that is, it's a fee. You have to pay for that service, but I think it is a valuable service. The press kits stay up there year-round. They're available to the news media 24/7, 365 days a year. So an editor can go to the site and download your press information before the show, during the show, or after the show. They don't have to worry about missing out on that. VPO does offer several packages, and so even a small company can take advantage of it. I don't have the specifics of what's involved in each package. I know that the cheapest one is $399, and I believe that includes 3 elements. So you can do a press release and 2 photos, or 2 press releases and 1 photo, but they can walk you through that more completely, you know, if you contact them, if you are interested. We do have the information on their page. It talks about the benefits of the kit, and this is how you would get to the kit. When you're on the Attract Media page, press kit information, and then click on the online press room, the online press kits information, and then that'll take you to this page that lists the benefits. To purchase the kit, click on the Secure Your Online Press Kit, and that'll take you to the VPO website with the information and how to order. And it's, you know, one way to reach key media. They do push it out to the media that they have on their list. We do give them a registered media list so that they can reach out to them and let them know about the press kits that are up there. As I said, you get visibility 365 days a year, and then the packages do start at $399. They also offer other services. They are owned by PR Newswire, so they offer Newswire packages. If you want to put out press releases on the wire, they have packages for that as well. Okay, now I just want to talk about a few things during the show. And the first is the show news center. That is the home for the media, and that's where you can put out your press kits. We will take your press kits and put them out for free. We have a flat wall. All you have to do is send us 75 to 100 kits, and they would include a press release, photos, catalog sheet, your contact information. We have a tip sheet on the website, how to put together a press kit, and then after the show, we will ship the press kits to the news media for free. And here we have a picture of the news center, what it looks like. As you can see on the left side there, the wall, we put the kits in clear plastic bins. So it's very important that you put your company name and maybe a visual, a product, you know, a picture of your product on there. We put them out alphabetically by company. If you do want to do a CD or a thumb drive, we have smaller containers for those. I will caution you, though, that the thumb drives go fast, even though we try and monitor and we have signs saying 1 per person. I think people take thumb drives just because they like to have the little thumb drive to use. But then if you're going to do a thumb drive, also make sure you have a tag on there with the company name and maybe a picture of your product. And then we give the media boxes, and they will pack up the kits, and we will ship them back to their offices free of charge after the show. We cannot send any extra press kits that are left over back to you, so I encourage you to come to the News Center on Tuesday before the close of the show and pick up the kits that are left over. And you can always contact us during the show to see if we need more kits as well. And we ask for 75 to 100, and the address for shipping the kits and the deadlines for the days for shipping the kits are on the website. We don't get to McCormick Place. We don't take over the building until the Monday before the show, so please do not ship them before that. You want them to arrive, within that, from Tuesday to Friday before the show. You can also drop them off to us in the news center when you come to set up your booth. I encourage you to do that before Saturday because the media, we open at 8 o'clock, and the media come in and start going through the kits right away, and you don't want to lose that opportunity. So if you can drop them off to us on Thursday or Friday, that would, be great as well. So if you want to do a press kit, but you're a small company, you don't know how to write a press release, we do have a sample release on the website that you can use as a template, or we offer a service called My Press Release Writer that for $99, it will create a press release for you that is yours to own, and that is yours. It's a Word document, and you can post it on your website, print it on letterhead for the printed press kit. Put it in your HC 365. The deadline is February 24th. It's done by a third-party vendor that is a very good writer, and I know a lot of our smaller companies, especially the Inventors Corner exhibitors, take advantage of that. And again, it's $99 per release. Now, quickly, I just wanted to mention about news media at the show. They wear blue badges, and we classify the media into 4 different categories. News media, they'll say news media on their badge, and that is your traditional print, broadcast, and trade publications. Internet media are news websites or internet-only based publications. Bloggers are your mommy bloggers or your foodie bloggers, and this year we're kind of qualifying them. They have to have at least 10,000 to 50,000 followers and subscribers through their social media channels and be very engaged. Anything below 10,000, we are not allowing media credentials this year. And then we've added a social media influencer, which are your YouTubers and your very nice websites that have over 50,000 followers and subscribers and are highly engaged with their viewers. And publicity is free. If someone wearing a media badge comes to your booth and asks you to pay for coverage, let us know because that's not media. They need to be a trade guest. And after you download the 2018 list after the show, let me know that as well. If you see somebody who came to your booth and they wanted you to pay for a video, even if it's like a production fee or a sponsorship fee or something. Now, the social media influencers will talk to you about advertising or sponsorship packages, and we know that's just how they do business, so that is allowable. But if somebody that does news media or internet media comes to you and asks you to pay, please let us know.
Hey, Deb, we have a few questions. Back to the virtual press kit, do you know the metrics for members visiting the virtual press kit during and directly after the show that you can provide?
That I don't have. You have to ask the virtual press office. They were pleased. They were very pleased with the numbers that they had with the media that went. I'm not quite sure how many kits were downloaded, but virtual press office has that information. And I think, ask them for that.
Okay. Are we able to get a list of the bloggers attending the show?
The 2018 pre-registered media list, if, bloggers that have pre-registered for the show, that will be posted the week of February 15th, later in the week, because we close off registration for media to receive a letter to get their badge on that Sunday, and then I'll get a final list to review just to make sure that it's all news media that are on that list, and then we will post it online for you to download so you can take a look at it and see who's registered for the show.
Okay, great. Thank you.
If you're not working with a PR agency and you'd like to work with one, please let me know. I have a list of agencies that I've worked with over the years, and they will work with any size company, and I'm happy to share that with you. And lastly, after the show, about 3-4 weeks after the show, we'll post the 2018 media list with everybody who registered for the show. And again, that will include the emails of those, that allowed us to. It'll be on the same page as the buyer list. The show contacts will get an email when the buyer and the media lists are available for download. And again, we encourage you to use this for your year-round pitching, and also update your Housewares Connect 365 listing throughout the year, because I do send media there when they call me in May and June and July looking for new products. I send them to 365. And lastly, in June, we will have a press event for IHA members to meet the consumer media. It's kind of like a holiday event to promote your products for the second half of the year and that fourth quarter selling season. So I wish you a great show, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Okay, we're rounding third, headed for home here. Just stick with us for a few more minutes. So you're aware the show published hours are 5:30 close. However, we do a power hour, so you can continue to set up buyer meetings from 5:30 to 6:30 on the show floor. We don't kick you out until 6:30. We encourage you to make these appointments. Badge registration's open. Today is the deadline if you want your badges mailed to you. I would highly recommend you get this done today if you haven't. It's much faster. You'll get them delivered to you mid to late February, and then you're just all ready to go when you get to McCormick Place. You don't have to wait in line to pick up your badge. And then again, back to these warnings and these poachers. On Peak is the only show hotel provider. So if you're getting emails from anybody other than On Peak, I would really encourage you not to go through them. We've had some bad incidences with suppliers who should know better. Their prices are crazy and you get locked into a contract, etc. So On Peak, if you haven't made hotel reservations, you can do this through the website. We have special rates with them. Then Inspired Home, if you're not aware of what this is our B2C platform. As far as I know, we're the only show that's helping our suppliers reach the consumer, and this is through the Inspired Home. I encourage you to check it out. In the marketing kit, there's a tile that says Attract Consumers, and you can find out all the information about this. And there's like an editorial, and we work with a whole group of bloggers and influencers, many who have extremely high followings, so encourage you to check that out. And then we're into our second year with our Excellence in Booth Design Award. You can go ahead, again, through the marketing kit under Awards and Displays and opt in to be judged for this. If you're a small company, 300 square feet or less, we did a webinar recently for new exhibitors on how to, really merchandise your booth. If you've never been to the show, we don't allow pipe and drape. We're a very elevated show, and you just want to make sure you're noticed. There's a couple webinars, Fundamentals in Booth Design. That's another great one, just to learn tips on how to merchandise and get a great display going. We try to judge everybody for design awards, but if you opt in, you definitely will get a judge by. And then if you're looking for a manufacturer's rep, you can also hop on the website through Rep Connect, where we list housewares reps for you to vet. Any more questions? This was a great group. We had really good questions. If you don't have any right this minute, you can always contact us. All of our information is also on the website, so you don't have to memorize it here. And we're happy to help, and Radha will be sending out the link to, she said, the HC 365 webinar and today's webinar. So again, like Debbie said, we all wish you a successful show. We're here to help with any pre-planning, and we'll see you in a few weeks. Well, I guess more than a few, but it feels like a few weeks. See you soon.